Okay, Nasai Minasan. Today I am gonna introduce to you all what is on my Gotchard bingo card. Okay, so before we jump into the bingo card, we wanna kind of like react to the first episode trailer together. So without further ado, let us watch the trailer together. Let's go. 錬金術によって生まれた奇跡のモンスターケミー Kemi, let's go. Nice. Okay. Henshin. Okay. That's cool. That's so cool, man. Start! So it is gonna begin tomorrow. By the time you guys watch this video, there is only around maybe like I would say like 12 hours before you are gonna watch the first episode of Kamen Rider Gotchard. But right now, I'm gonna just announce to all you guys what is gonna be the 25 things that I actually put into my bingo card. So the first thing I put into my bingo card is that this series, I speculated, is gonna have more than 10 Kamen Rider being introduced. So we got Gotchard, and I believe Valvarat is gonna become a rider as well. And then I also kind of like predicted Minato is gonna be a rider, and also the Rine Kudo is also gonna be a rider. And I'm actually speculating there is gonna be a lot more different rider that is actually gonna come. So more than 10 rider is gonna come to this series itself. That is the first one. And the second one is that Philosopher's Stone is gonna play a crucial role in the story itself, or just any mentioning of a Philosopher's Stone is gonna be enough for me to check off this check off this bingo card. Okay, and next one is that we're gonna get a pure evil Kemi. Why do I actually put a pure evil Kemi here? Is because of what the main character want to do. Hotaru Ichinose wants to befriend all the Kemi, but I believe like if you really want to write a compelling story, his belief needs to be shaken, his belief is gonna be challenged a little bit. So I am betting that there is gonna be one Kemi that is just pure evil, like he cannot befriend it no matter what, and then he eventually he has to kill his first Kemi. He's gonna destroy his first Kemi, something like that. And then the fourth thing I'm gonna put in my bingo card is gonna be a berserk form for our boy. Okay, like there's gonna be a berserk mod that's for Gotchard, because I'm actually thinking right here is that when he uses some of the Kemi together, he's actually gonna lose control because the power of the Kemi is too strong for him to fuse together with him, something like that. So I'm predicting that we might actually get a power up that is gonna make Gotchard into berserk or even lose control, something like that. So I also want to kind of lay some ground rule when we actually saw it happening in the series itself. If he actually have side effect, that is not actually kind of like berserk mode. Okay, next thing I want to talk about is one of the Dark Sister is gonna turn good. That is like the fifth on my list on the possible thing that the series is gonna cover. So one of the Dark Sister is gonna turn good. I'm not sure which one, but I believe one of them is definitely gonna turn good. Okay, like I don't know which one. Maybe not the little girl, but maybe one of the more teenager looking girl. Okay, and there's also a possibility maybe the teenage girl is gonna join the school as Hotaru's classmate as well, and it might actually be something over like, or like maybe human is not that bad after all, something like that. But the next thing I want to talk about is that we might actually have more than two female rider itself. So more than two is not, it doesn't equals to more than two. Okay, it has to be more than two female rider. And so far throughout Reiwa Kamen Rider series, there has not been more than two female rider at the same series so far. I think in 01 we only have Valkyrie, and 02, and then we got in Saber, I think in Saber we only got the sister, one of the sister who is a female, one female rider. In Revise we got two female rider. In in Geats, we have how many female riders? We got 3 female riders in Geats. Okay, we got Sae, Kamen Rider Lobo, we got Kamen Rider Neon Kurama, we got Kamen Rider. Who else? What is the other girl name? I forgot. There's another girl that wishes for true love as well, or kind of like get a boyfriend, something I forgot already. Like she got introduced together with Kamen Rider Keiro. They didn't actually bring her back in the series, which is pretty sad. Oh, there's also Kamen Rider, what was the name? Sakurai Sarah also became a rider. So technically in Geats we have multiple female rider, and not even to kind of like counting like those female rider that died behind the scene. Okay, so there's a lot of female rider in Geats, but we are not sure whether or not they're gonna give like kind of like create so many female riders in Gotchard or not. But I'm betting on maybe we can actually get more than 2 female riders. Okay, so the next thing on the list is Homunculus. Homunculus is gonna get introduced. That is my idea, my theory, because when we talk about alchemy, when we talk about chemistry and all those stuff, definitely homunculus, like recreating an artificial human, is definitely on the table. So that is going to be really interesting to see how things are going to go. But the next thing we want to talk about is power up with side effect. Power up with side effect. Like I mentioned earlier on, Berserk mode is Berserk mode. Side effect is side effect. The next thing I want to talk about is a character that is gonna come with a favorite food. Okay, it's just like Kamen Rider Beast, with how his favorite food is actually mayonnaise, and even in Kamen Rider Wizard, the main character loves to eat plain sugar donut. And then in some other series we also get to see in Kamen Rider Blade, we got a character that really loved his milk. And then we also got some other character that actually have kind of like a special favorite food that they will always eat every single time. We actually get to see this in Kamen Rider Geats, where Tycoon love to eat tanuki soba, and that is something that I'm betting on that they're gonna bring back as well. Like there's gonna be a character that love to eat one food all the time. Like throughout the entire series we're gonna see him eating this food, or even promoting the food itself. And the next thing I want to talk about is gonna be a 10+10 power up. Okay, because all of us can kind of like know and guess the card that Gotchard actually used is like the number all add up into 10, but there is a possibility that he's gonna use 2 cards that is with the power 10, and they're gonna just mash it together and gain kind of like a level 20 power, something like that. Okay, so that is my idea on one of the possible power up. So I'm actually counting on a few things that is gonna be on my bingo card to check off at the same time. Like the 10+10 power up, I am expecting it to either check off with the Berserk mode, or it is gonna check out with the side effect thing. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is gonna be a mentor's death. Okay, we might actually get to see someone dying, like a mentor dying, and it really depends or not, like in the first episode, how we see Rine's Kudo's father pass the belt to Hotaro. It really depends on how they write the story. If they actually write the story in a sense like Rine's Kudo father actually is the mentor of Hotaru, and he actually plays a significant role when he actually become a rider, I am gonna consider him as a mentor for our main character. Okay, so that is gonna be really interesting. But the next thing we're gonna talk about is that one of the good guys might actually turn bad. Okay, so we got one in the bingo card is like the Dark Sister turned good. But what if there is one character that actually went from good guy to a bad guy? Okay, so this is just my theory on how things might actually go. And the next thing is that Hotaro's father, throughout the entire trailer, publicity, material and all the stuff, I don't think they actually mentioned anything about Hotaro's father at all. So I'm actually writing this down as Hotaro's father is actually killed by a Kami itself. And this is also, like I said, there's a few bingo few items that I hope will actually link to one another. Like Hotaru's dad being killed by a Kami, I hope that it will actually link to a pure evil Kami and all those stuff. That is also like I said, it also plays into the story writing on how his belief system is gonna get doubted, like maybe his relationship with Hopper 1 is gonna get affected, something like that. And speaking of Hopper 1, I am suspecting we might actually get to see a Hopper 2 card. Okay, we got Hopper 1, so what is to say that we might actually get, okay, we might actually get a Hopper 2 card. So there's gonna be my theory that we're gonna get a Hopper 2 card. Next thing is gonna be love interest between side character. I'm like, look, I'm not stating that the main character is gonna get involved with anyone, but I'm talking about the side character, maybe Valvarat and other character, or even like I said, one of the Dark Sister might actually get into a romantic situation with one of the good guys, something like that, and that is actually gonna be a side story, something like that. So it can be any side character, it can be good guy, bad guy, anyone, okay, as long it is not the main character itself. So the next thing I'm gonna talk about is that Valvarat is gonna turn into a real Kamen Rider. Okay, so I think this one, like a lot of people actually sees coming already, like Valvarat is gonna become a real Kamen Rider. So this is kind of like a bonus card, a bonus slot in the bingo card, because like, not gonna lie, it's quite hard for me to think of 25 things to put inside this bingo card. The next thing is gonna be Rene's Kudo is gonna become a rider. Okay, so this I also hope this one is gonna check off together with more than 2 female rider. Hopefully that is gonna happen. I'm not sure how, but the next thing is a little bit weird because I actually wrote Alchemy Kami. Alchemy Kami. So the Kami itself is actually made out of alchemy itself. So it actually kind of became kind of a godly card or something like that. But that is just my theory. It can actually be one of the final power up, something like that, that you actually uses the essence of alchemy Kami to become your final form, something like that. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is we might actually get a Den-O crossover. This one is highly unlikely, but the reason why I actually put it in is because of Steam Liner. When I saw Steam Liner, I keep thinking that, hey, we might actually get a crossover with Den-O, and that is gonna be really, really cool. But honestly speaking, this Den-O crossover, if it actually happens, it will happen in a movie. It will happen in a special movie. It can be, I'm not sure what movie they are gonna do, but like I said, this is gonna be a crossover movie. It's not gonna be in the series itself, so we might have to wait and see whether or not this is even gonna happen. And the next thing I want to talk about is a old Kami fusion form. So just like how Kamen Rider built final form, is all the bottles, all everything that they got all fused together to become a genius bottle. And I'm actually expecting that maybe the final form of Gotchard is gonna be all the card all fused together to become an ultimate card, and he's just gonna henshin into that. And the next one is gonna be shiny steam hopper form. Okay, so I am expecting that this shiny steam hopper form is gonna be it either gonna be happen it is either gonna happen at the last episode of the series, where, you know, like how in Reiwa they always do the like trust last form. There's gonna do like what the opening song title form, something like that. So we might actually get something like that. So I'm actually putting this shiny steam hopper as that form. This, we can only mark this off at the final episode, so this is gonna be really, really interesting. Okay, the next thing is that we're gonna have a recap episode halfway through the series, and nothing much to talk about this. So far I watched Revise has a recap episode, and even Gits also have a recap episode as well. So Gotchard, I believe would also have a recap episode. So the next thing is gonna be School Festival episode. Why school festival? Because it is happening in a school, and one of the most cliche tropes in a school anime or school drama is about school festival. So I'm expecting that we're gonna have one episode where they talk about school festival, they prepare for school festival, and then maybe like one of the students got affected by malaise, and then the amalgam actually appears during the school festival, something like that. Okay, and the next thing is gonna be a beach episode, because when you talk about school, you talk about summer vacation, and people are gonna go to the beach. Okay, so we might actually get a beach episode, but that is just a theory. Okay, lastly, last one, last slot in the bingo card is gonna be Valentine Kami. Valentine Kami. Why do I actually include a Valentine Kami? Because it is in a school. In a school setting, there's gonna be like love, like romance, like Japanese drama. When it is in school, they always involve a little bit of Valentine going on. So I believe they might actually have a Valentine episode. Okay, so that is gonna be, it's either a Valentine episode or maybe like a Valentine Kami. Like it can actually be like one of the students like got so bitter because he or she doesn't actually receive any chocolate at all, so he or she like become very bitter about it. So yeah, that is the 25 thing that I actually listed down in my Kamen Rider Gotchard bingo card. So if you want to follow along, I'm gonna share the bingo card on my community page, so you can actually go ahead and download the photo if you want. But that is all from me regarding the bingo card. I'm really excited for Gotchard. Hopefully the story, the series is gonna be really good, because I really want this to be a really amazing series. Okay, because like now that Geese is over, we are going into a new series. The suit of Gotchard looks amazing, so I really want to love the series. So it's like Ghost. Okay, like I love the suit of Ghost. Ghost, I for in my humble opinion, has one of the best like looking suits. But the series, oh man, I can't even finish the 10th episode of Ghost. But I'm gonna revisit Ghost in the future. But with that being said, that is all from me. Hope you enjoy. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye.